place like home for the holidays, especially for the engines of Sodor. It was 4 days before Christmas, and everyone was working hard. Some of the engines were in festive spirits for the coming celebration, while others were starting to become stressed. With many families and relatives traveling on and off Sodor, it's enough for the passenger trains to feel exhausted at the end of the day. All the engines took care on the snowy tracks, for they didn't want to derail and end up at the Sodor Steamworks. In fact, there wasn't much work to do at the Steamworks, as Kevin the mobile crane wandered around the quiet building. He just finished organizing crates of spare parts in alphabetical order, cross-referenced by color, and reverse-indexed by size.
I'm so bored!
I know there isn't much to do now, but maybe that's a good thing. I'd hate to see an engine spend Christmas here when they should be with their friends.
Well, what can we do in the meantime? Can't we visit the tree lighting ceremony? Or visit Ofsted Castle?
I promise that we'll celebrate our own Christmas party here. But for now, I'm just waiting on a special delivery that should arrive in a few days.
Can't we at least get a Christmas tree? We don't have any decorations here at all!
We'll see.
Isn't there anything we can do?
Well, you could organize the crates of spare parts. Have you tried organizing them by category?
This is brilliant! Oh, those snowflakes! 1,000! No, 1,000,000! An infinity!
Kevin? Kevin? Where are you?
Right here, boss!
Get back inside right now.
Aww, but boss! It's so beautiful out there!
It may look beautiful, but that snow's a big nuisance. It makes the track slippery and dangerous.
Really?
Really? Where I come from, it's warm all year round, and there's no snow.
Oh, well, that's a shame. I thought that snow is supposed to be fun.
Fun? Ha! It's why the engines of Sodor are taking extra care right now, so they don't end up off the rails.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yes. Imagine if you were an engine who came off the rails at this time of year. You'd be stuck in the snow, abandoned, left overnight.
But I'm not a railway engine. I'm a crane!
You're missing the point, Kevin. All I'm saying is that no one should be out in this weather. I'm not setting a wheel out there until every bit of snow has melted. I hate snow.
Well, I like snow! It's fun!
One of these days you'll understand.
I'm not that little!
Without thinking, Kevin angrily knocked his crane arm against the pile of crates he organized earlier. 2 of the boxes fell off the pile and crashed to the ground. One of them broke apart, spilling its contents of nuts and bolts. Victor heard the commotion and came puffing back.
No otra vez. What did you do this time, Kevin? Alright. Nothing important was damaged, but I ask you, Kevin, to please stop hitting your crane arm against things for today. Now, please go to the turntable while we get this cleaned up.
While the workmen quickly gathered up the loose parts to put them in a new crate, Kevin rolled next to the turntable, where he glanced back outside to see the snow again. He started to daydream about how sliding in the snow would be the best fun when a horn interrupted his thoughts. Kevin snapped out of his trance and saw a tan warship diesel with a hydraulic claw on his roof arrive at the entrance.
Diesel 10!
The little crane quickly rolled away to the farthest corner of the shed, where he believed Diesel 10 couldn't see him. Victor heard Kevin shout and came to the entrance.
Diesel 10? What are you doing here?
Pardon the sudden surprise to your clumsy crane, but I came by to request any spare diesel parts. That is, if you have any.
Don't you have any diesel parts at your diesel works? This is a Steamworks, and we fix steamies.
I feared that would be the case. It's lucky you stinky steamies have all these extra parts, while us diesels have not so much as a spare cooling fan.
What? Den and Dart should have enough diesel parts to last till January.
They did. But while we were all out yesterday, our spare diesel engine parts were stolen. Den and Dart were there all day, and they claim they didn't see a single soul. But if you ask me, those two are clueless anyways if a thief was among us. Now I have to be responsible to find at least a cooling fan for this Christmas, or one of us isn't going to make it through.
I wish I could help you, Diesel 10. But we don't have any diesel engine parts here. We do have a new shipment of steam engine parts coming in the next few days, so how about I place a quick order for a cooling fan to be delivered along with it? Could you at least be patient for that?
I suppose so. In the meantime, I suppose I'd better inform Fat Hat about the robbery.
I appreciate the heads up, Diesel 10. We'll keep an eye out for the thieves.
You'd better, because this is a serious situation.
After Diesel 10 left, Victor puffed to where Kevin had huddled in a corner. Kevin was shaking and his metal rattled.
Kevin, there's no reason to be afraid. Diesel 10 is gone.
You sure? Ever since I was invited to be the temporary crane at the Diesel Works, Diesel 10 still gives me the willies. He took over the Steamworks, terrorized the steam engines, and I even heard he destroyed one of them years ago.
That must have been Thomas giving you a fright. But still, they stole you away from me.
At that moment, a whistle was heard from outside. Percy had puffed inside the Steamworks, with 2 crates of Christmas decorations on a flatbed. When Kevin rolled up to Percy, he got so excited with the delivery that he immediately started unloading the flatbed. After the cargo was unloaded, Percy left for home to Tidmouth Sheds, as it started to get dark. As the workmen opened the crates, Kevin's eyes widened as he saw tinsel, baubles, and garland.
Is that the special delivery you talked about? Oh, thank you, Victor!
Well, not exactly. That's only part of the surprise. The other delivery, as I said, will arrive within the next 2 days.
Oh. Well, it's okay. We can still hang this garland somewhere.
No, wait!
Kevin was feeling very excited to decorate the Steamworks that he was being careless. As his hook lifted up the lawn garland, the little crane rolled across the floor to the other side of the building, dragging the garland behind him. Suddenly, the end of the garland was snagged on an operating spinning lopping machine, and it began rolling it up at a fast rate. The other end was snagged off Kevin's hook, and it began whipping the air. Kevin rushed to the lopping machine in hopes to stop it, but he slipped on some of the loose nuts and bolts that were yet to be picked up. The little crane skidded across the ground until his hook arm rammed into the pile of crates. As they came tumbling down, one box landed on the open crate of baubles, and they were crushed to pieces. Another falling crate landed on a leaning ladder, which lamented the other end of the ladder to kick some paint cans open. Blue, green, and red paint splattered all over the inspection pit and the new spare wheels that sat close by. garland was still whipping, but luckily Kevin's driver managed to shut the Lothing machine off.
¿Qué hiciste? I told you to wait! Now look what you did, you little klutz!
There was silence in the Steamworks. The workmen halted and the machinery stopped. The only sound heard was the winter wind blowing outside. Kevin was first stunned at Victor's comment, but then his brow creased. Victor sniffed in a breath before he firmly spoke.
Kevin, go to the shed now.
Why? You never let me do anything fun! I'm getting tired of you treating me like scrap!
You've already caused too much trouble, and I don't want to see more of the rest of today. Now go to the shed.
You know what, Victor? If I could, I'd celebrate Christmas alone! Without you or anyone else!
I hope you don't mean that. You'd be lonely if you woke up tomorrow morning and didn't have a friend who cares for you.
No, I wouldn't! In fact, I can manage the Steamworks without you!
Furious, Kevin rolled out through the back door of the Steamworks. Now Victor didn't take Kevin's words to heart at first, as he knew Kevin would soon return tomorrow with an apology. As the workmen began to clean up Kevin's mess, Victor puffed near the forge fire and eventually fell asleep. Meanwhile, Kevin had rolled to the shed where he and Victor usually slept. But the little crane thought how Victor would soon come to the shed for sleep, and Kevin did not want to share the shed with Victor that night. Luckily, Kevin knew that the narrow gauge depot wasn't too far off, and he had enough fuel to get there. So the little crane rolled down a road to reach there. By the next morning, Victor awoke and puffed to the shed outside the Steamworks to check on Kevin. But he wasn't there. Victor puffed around the whole building and didn't see any sign of his crane friend. Victor went back inside the Steamworks in case he missed Kevin there, but he still wasn't around.
Kevin, where are you?
Victor looked back outside at the main doors and beyond the tracks.
He must have run away. He won't stand a chance out in the snow alone. I have to go find him.
Even though Victor hated the winter weather, he couldn't let Kevin freeze without his help, for he knew Kevin didn't have much fuel to travel on his own at far distances. He could be stranded in the snow, just as Victor feared. The workman quickly fitted Victor's plow in front of him, and when the little engine was ready, Victor charged out into the snow, flinching at the cold air.
Mi amigo, I'm coming to save you.
Meanwhile, Kevin's driver had just arrived at the depot sheds and started up Kevin.
Guess I gotta face the punishment Victor gives me. He might as well just cancel our Christmas party altogether, for I'm in enough trouble as is.
After refueling at the depot, Kevin was set to return to the Steamworks. By the time he arrived back inside, Victor was nowhere to be found. No machinery ran, no workmen were present. Everything was quiet. Kevin noticed the spills were cleaned up from yesterday, but no one was around.
Hello? Victor? Are you around? I'm sorry for what I did, even though I'm still mad at you! Victor! This isn't like Victor. He's always here, and he should be here. Unless I made Victor disappear. I didn't mean what I said last night about how I wish I'd never see him again. Victor still cares for me, right?
But thinking it over, Kevin could recall events of his past, and each one had Victor become irritated with Kevin.
Suffering Sodor, Kevin, what are you doing?
Sorry, boss. Just a slip of the hook.
Oh, ay, ay,
Hey, bish, bash, bosh.
What have you done, Kevin? I'm covered in oil.
Boss, I have a question.
What's so important that you had to keep interrupting?
Doc's right. We can do anything. Hey guys, introducing the new Rebecca.
No, Kevin. No one should be out in the snow, especially a little crane like you.
Who cares what Victor thinks of me now? Because he's not here. And that means I can do whatever I want!
With no Victor to boss him around, Kevin was his own boss. He was lucky for him that no other workmen or engines were in the building, so Kevin really had the Steamworks all to himself. Kevin's driver was young, so he liked the idea to drive Kevin around the building freely and fast.
Hey, I'm free! Yahoo! Freedom! Freedom!
Kevin sped outside the Steamworks and onto the snow. He was having the best fun ever as he skidded on the snow like he was sledding. He drove over snow mounds and went flying a few feet before he came down again.
Hey! Whee! I didn't know snow could be this much fun! Woohoo! Victor! I'm racing outside into the snow! You better come out and stop me!
The little crane continued his fun out on the snow until he grew tired. When he went back inside, Kevin rested while his driver helped himself to some hot cocoa. Kevin then eyed the buckets of paint that sat close by, and a devious idea came to his mind.
Say, driver, how about we try a makeover?
Out on the main line, Victor's search for Kevin continued. Victor had already searched the narrow gauge sheds and depot, but the little crane wasn't there. He then remembered how Kevin wanted to visit Bulstrode Castle for the holidays, so he began his journey to the castle. Luckily, no new snow had fallen to plow, but the climb up the hill was the tricky part. But Victor was determined to find his little crane friend, who felt more like family to him. Finally, the little engine reached the top of the hill. Panting and tired, Victor reached the station where Stephen stood.
Victor? What are you doing here? I thought you stayed at the Steamworks.
Stephen, have you seen Kevin?
No, I haven't. Is something wrong?
Kevin has run away. I have to find him.
No, Victor, wait! You look exhausted. You can't go find Kevin by yourself. How about we call the Sodor Search and Rescue Center, and they can help. Besides, it would give you a chance to rest your wheels, especially after coming all the way from the Steamworks.
Oh, yes. I could use the help.
Good engine. I'll inform Sir Robert, and he'll make a call to the rescue crew. Now, let's get you refilled in the meantime. A journey like that is bound to create an appetite.
While Victor was given more fuel, the Earl wasted no time in calling the Search and Rescue Center, and soon the team was on alert to find Kevin. Butch and Flynn took the roads, while Harold took to the skies. On the other side of Sodor, near the Vickerstown Bridge, 2 engines had just parked a train off on a siding hidden from the main line. It contained the exact same stolen diesel engine parts from the diesel works. When they were sure the coast was clear, emerging from the hidden siding were Seleni's Corp fireless steam engine, and an Ohio Central 400 diesel.
This is almost too easy. Those two diesels were out of sight for 5 minutes, and they didn't notice us taking the goods. However, you really gotta learn the term cat burglar, Clyde. With you bumping the cars and making such a ruckus, it's a goddamn miracle we weren't caught yet. Keep it down next time we steal something.
Alright. Try to be more quiet next time, Herb. But it's my wheel. They keep slipping, and it's not because of the ice.
Be grateful we're doing this job. With this much loot, we'll sell these at such a high price that those diesels will be begging to have them back. And yes, we'll get some wheels to replace yours.
Yeah, this beats working back in America. Who knew that Great Britain would have such riches aplenty for their railroads?
All the reason why we left that land of the free. There ain't enough space for engines like us, as those high-speed and stronger engines get all the glory. But enough about the past. We came to seek a richer and better life. And we already have a warehouse back on the mainland that's full of stolen parts from various railroads. But there's one more stop, and I heard it's the best of the bunch here on this little island.
Herb's driver stepped down from the cab and pulled out a black and white photo that was taken from a library book of Sodor. It showed the exterior of the Sodor Steamworks.
See that? This will be the highlight of the job. The silver tuna.
Oh, I like that idea. Sounds very cheap.
More than that, Clyde. It's loaded. It's got lots of top goods. I've heard that more engine parts are delivered there than the diesel works we just robbed. And who knows what it holds, but it's certainly a gem.
Certainly someone ought to be there supervising.
Nope. Harry got news that no engines or workmen are present for the next couple days.
Then you know what I say? Time to go fishing for some silver tuna.
Back at the Steamworks, Kevin's driver Alex had just finished painting Kevin in his new paint. Instead of Kevin's lemon color, it was now lime. The opened paint can of glow-in-the-dark paint sat next to Kevin, half empty.
This may get you into a lot of trouble, but I will admit, this'll be a great look for you.
I can't wait to see it in the dark. Hey, Victor! I'm wearing glow-in-the-dark paint! You gonna come out and tell me to remove it? I don't think so!
Now hold still. I have to clean your face.
Alex had brought forth a bucket of soapy water and began cleaning Kevin's face. Kevin made sure to keep his eyes shut as the suds trickled over his eyelids. As Kevin's driver went to fetch the hose to rinse, some of the suds tickled over Kevin's nose. After a desperate rescue with Alex and the hose, Kevin was clean from the soap.
That's better. Hey! This is a perfect chance to try out my new paint!
Alex nodded in agreement, so he walked over to the main light controls of the building and started switching them off. When the room became dark, Kevin's paint was the only light shown as it glowed bright green. But at that moment, the little crane heard distant puffing coming from outside. At first, Kevin was disappointed because he thought Victor had returned. But then, an unfamiliar voice spoke, which made Kevin and Alex freeze in fear.
Told ya no one's around. But let's sneak around back as to not draw attention.
Right behind you, Herb.
Alex snuck to the workman door and peeked open a crack. What he saw outside made him stifle a gasp and quickly closed the door.
There's someone out there, Kevin. I think we have some strangers lurking about.
What do we do?
I'll go turn on the lights. We also need sound to make the Steamworks look open.
Kevin eyed a record player close by. The workmen sometimes used it to play music as they worked. One vinyl record was a recording during last year's Christmas party.
Thank goodness for Victor's singing from last year. This song will do the trick.
As Herb and Clyde circled around the huge building and met at the back entrance, lights suddenly came on and a song erupted loudly.
Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año de felicidad.
I thought you said no one was home.
But Harry just got the news today. How's this possible?
We better get out of here before someone sees us.
Próspero año y felicidad.
Oh, that was close.
Who were those two? I've never seen them before.
I have no idea either, but they look like bad news to me. Should we report them?
We might as well. We can do that before we go to Ulfstead Castle for the tree lighting ceremony. But for now, it's best that we keep the lights on at all times at the front of the building.
Good idea. You sure you want to keep that glow-in-the-dark paint on?
I don't want to draw attention to those two engines.
Don't worry, I already have the yellow paint ready for you.
Back at Ulfstead, Victor was anxiously waiting for Harold Butcher Flynn to return with good news. Stephen could see that Victor was looking stressed, so he approached him softly.
Are you doing all right, Victor?
I'm just worried for Kevin. I said some things I shouldn't have said during our fight and... Well,
considering his size, he couldn't have gone very far. At any rate, I'm sure the search and rescue team will find him soon.
It sure was coincidence that Butch had just arrived on the castle grounds, but with a sad expression. He explained to Victor that they searched the whole island and spoke to everyone, but they had no luck finding Kevin. But Victor wouldn't give up the search, not even at Christmas time.
I'll need Harold and Flynn's help to extend the search past Vickerstown Bridge.
Past the bridge? You're not suggesting that Kevin's run away to the mainland, do you?
I can't just sit here and lose Kevin. He means everything to me. Even his clumsiness. I should have realized that's a part of him, and I can't have a replacement crane at the Steamworks. If it means a search on the mainland, then that's where I'll go.
You know you can't go to the mainland on your own, Victor. For one, you're not the right gauge.
Which is why I need Flynn to help me. He can pull me behind on a well wagon, and Harold can continue searching from high above.
Despite odd sizes, you have very much impressed me, Victor. I'm proud of you. In my own experience, I've learned how everyone fights now and then. But no fight is more important than friendship, including family.
Gracias, my friend.
I'll have the Earl contact Harold and Flynn, so you can begin your search first thing tomorrow morning. I'll be off to get some sleep now. Rest well, Victor.
Buenos tardes, Kevin.
At the Steamworks, Alex had left home for the night, so Kevin was alone. His yellow paint was repainted, so he was glad the glow-in-the-dark paint wouldn't keep him awake. But a deep feeling prevented the little crane from falling asleep. Even though he liked having the Steamworks to himself, it felt a little lonesome. He'd looked through one of the windows and saw the bright North Star.
Good night, Victor.
Eventually, the sunrise colored the snowy landscape in orange and pink. It's Christmas Eve. At Ulfstead, Victor had just been loaded onto a well wagon with the help of Harvey the crane engine. Flynn coupled up behind the wagon, and they soon left Ulfstead Castle with Harold hovering above. A light snowfall started as they passed through Vickerstown Station and headed towards the bridge to the mainland. Meanwhile, Herb and Clyde had slept at their hidden siding close to the bridge. When they heard Harold and Flynn approaching, they kept quiet as best as they could. As the train passed them, Herb spotted Victor on the wagon.
Vámonos, por favor, Flynn.
Clyde, do you know who that was?
Uh...
It was that supervising engine of the Steamworks. Remember that singing we heard last night?
Yeah?
That was him. And if he's gone to the mainland, then that means...
Oh! Then the Steamworks is deserted.
Exactly. Let's make our breakthrough now before they come back.
At that same moment, Kevin had awoken, just as Alex returned to start him up.
Merry Christmas Eve to you, Alex!
You as well, Kevin. Okay, we got a lot to do today. We'll first head over to Croven's Gate, where I'll make a report about the two strangers from last night. Then we'll come back and wait on the new shipment of parts.
Hopefully the engine who brings those parts will give us a lift to and from Ulfstead Castle for the tree lighting party.
Maybe before we head to Ulfstead, I could get us a small tree of our own to decorate. As no one else is here, we could have our own Christmas party, like you said.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that sounds like fun. And especially since I'll celebrate it with you, Alex. But it would be nice to have a little more company.
Oh, I see. You thinking about Victor?
Maybe. After we have Christmas, I don't mind if he's back. He always knows what to do around here, and I don't think I could manage the place if he's not here.
We'll cross that bridge after Christmas. For now, we gotta head to Croven's Gate.
Right.
As Kevin used his crane arm to push the door, he was shocked to see two familiar, intimidating engines heading towards the building.
It's them!
You're right. Quick, we gotta make them go away again.
Outside the Steamworks, all was quiet as Herb and Clyde approached closer.
See, I told you, no one's inside. But you best check to see if there are any last-minute stranglers in there.
Who, me?
No, I'm asking Charles Dickens. Of course, you Claude! Now go!
Alright, I'm going, jeez.
His driver stepped down to examine the workman's door. He was about to push it open when voices were heard inside.
Get the hell out of here, David!
Alright, Matthew. What about me share?
What share?
You said you had some cash for me. About £2 million worth.
Oh, is that a fact? Too bad I'm not carrying it on me.
What do you mean?
You misunderstood what I said before you took the job. Whoever got the cash first gets all of it. And I meant all of it. I beat you to the safe before you, so I took it all.
That's not fair. We took this job together and I should get my fair share.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna give you, David. If you don't get out of this bloody city right now, then someone's cowardly horse will be in for it, if you know what I mean. So be off before I count to 10.
Alright, Matthew, I'm sorry, I'm going. I swear, I am going. Yeah, take this!
Oh, so you want a war, do ya?
Clyde and his driver can suddenly hear the sounds of hard metal clanking and splintering wood. They could tell a fight was going on, so they didn't want to stick around and be involved in the crime. Clyde's driver jumped back in the cab and Clyde ran away in fright away from the Steamworks. Inside, Alex and Kevin were snickering as Kevin's crane arm continued to ram against the pile of paint cans and crates, making it sound like the two characters were in a fist fight.
Keep a change, you bloody hound.
Oh my god.
Clyde, where are you going? Get back here! Clyde!
Did it work?
You bet it did. It's a good thing we made it sound realistic, or we wouldn't have convinced them.
Hopefully that's the last we'll see of them.
Clyde had finally stopped as Herb caught up to him.
What happened? happened?
I don't know, but 2 guys already beat us.
Huh?
2 guys were in there. They were arguing about money, then suddenly one of them tossed something at the other. It started like a fist fight. They were tossing things at each other, left and right. I think one of them took the other out. Let's get out of here before he sees us.
No, wait a moment. Someone is bound to find a robbery at this place. And if the police come by asking questions about the suspects, we should at least know what those people look like. Or were they engines?
I pulled it away before I had a chance to see them.
Well, I say we go back and see who that suspect is.
Fine. But you lead the way.
Herb rolled his eyes as he started leading Clyde back to the Steamworks. When they got close, the doors were still closed. Just then, the 2 heard distant puffing coming from behind them.
Quick, over here!
As the puffing came closer, they saw a little green tank engine pulling a train of crates behind him. The little engine tooted his whistle and the doors to the Steamworks opened. Herb could barely make out what was happening through the bushes, but he saw a yellow shape approaching the green shape, which Herb assumed was the green engine.
Merry Christmas, Kevin.
Merry Christmas, Percy. Come on in.
Herb glanced more clearly and saw the green engine pulling the train inside the building.
Something ain't right here. Stay here, Clyde. I'm gonna have a look.
By all means.
Herb puffed up next to the building as quietly as he could and peeked through one of its windows. He could see the green tank engine talking to a small yellow crane.
Thanks for bringing in the new engine parts for Victor.
Not a problem. By the way, is Victor home?
Not really. Why do you ask?
Well, because he was looking for you all day yesterday. He asked Scarlowe at Croven's Gate, who then asked James, who asked Thomas at Knapford, who asked Luke at the quarry, who asked Millie, who asked me, as I was dropping off a delivery at Alstead.
Kevin stood there dumbstruck. All this time, the little crane had thought that he wished Victor away. The little engine had been searching for him all over Sodor. Kevin felt so bad that he leaked a tear.
I was sleeping in the narrow gauge depot sheds that night. I've been at home this whole time and Victor didn't know.
Oh, that explains everything.
What is?
Victor thought you must have ran away. He, Flynn, and Harold left Sodor earlier today to find you on the mainland.
The Victor? Out there? But Victor hates snow!
We better inform the search and rescue center so they can contact Harold. He'll explain to Victor, and he can come right home.
Sounds like a plan.
Percy's driver stepped down from the cab and used the building's telephone line to make the call, while Kevin got to work unloading the crates from Percy's train. Herb glanced at some of the open crates, which contained shiny new engine parts. After a few minutes, Percy's driver returned.
They'll get in contact with Harold as soon as they reach him. Hopefully Victor hasn't wandered too far off the mainland.
I better get going. I got a few more deliveries to take care of before the day is done. I wish I could do more for you.
It's alright. But thanks so much for your help, Percy. Have a happy holiday!
As Kevin followed Percy to the main entrance, he saw a figure out of the corner of his eye, hiding behind a corner of the main building. Not daring to turn in his direction, Kevin slowly backed into the building just in time to see the very same engine they scared off the other night, puffing to speak to the diesel engine from earlier.
Will you get over it? There was no fist fight. It was just a scam.
You mean to say we've been duped?
Twice. Remember that party the other night? That was also a ruse. I just saw who our puppet master was. A small, annoying yellow go-kart.
Wait, there's an amusement park inside? I thought this was a workshop.
Oh, for the love of... No, you idiot! A frickin' yellow crane on wheels! Look, my driver has read this place is run by a small steam engine, but there's no steam engine in sight, except for that little yellow brat!
What are you saying?
It means that he's home alone. Which also means it's our time to strike.
Kevin had rolled close to the slightly open door to hear more of the stranger's conversation.
Are you kidding, Herb? You want to rob even with that crane still there?
Look, the whole reason we're here on this doggone forsaken island is to steal every last piece of engine parts. And that building is our last job. I saw myself all those new and shiny pots, and that little gas-guzzling hoarder is keeping them for himself. Let's just take this one step at a time, okay? All we gotta do is prepare our getaway train by the bridge. We refuel, and then come back here around midnight.
Midnight? But that's the witching hour.
You're so superstitious, Clyde. You know that?
Am not, you soda can.
R2, you toaster oven!
Not.
Shut it! Now come on, you tin can on wheels!
As the two rolled away, still arguing with each other, Alex closed the workman door behind him and Kevin. The two were in silent fear for a moment.
Oh, this is bad. This is bad. This is very bad.
Okay, it's really time to take action. We gotta head to Clover's Gate, now!
Nodding, Alex swung open the main entrance doors and jumped into Kevin. A strong, snowy gale blew against them as Kevin boldly rolled out of the Steamworks. Meanwhile, Victor's search for Kevin had taken the trio to Barrow and Furness. They had asked the engines if they had seen a small yellow crane, but neither had seen him. Flynn and Harold were desperate for fuel at the moment, so while they refilled, Victor was beginning to lose hope. But just then, Harold's radio buzzed to life as he received a signal from Sodor.
Victor, we just received news about Kevin. He's back at the Steamworks.
What? They found Kevin?
Turns out he was there all along.
Kevin! Vamos, Flynn! Ponerse en marcha, Harold! We're coming, Kevin!
The two rescue vehicles wasted no time. As the nippy wind began to pick up, Harold took off and Flynn switched on his siren to clear the tracks. Luckily, the trio weren't too far from the Vickerstown Bridge. But as the sun began to set, Flynn saw what was up ahead and braked.
Why'd you stop, amigo?
The trio saw in shock that the bridge was still up and not down. A workman on the other side was struggling to get the lift motors warmed up, but the motor's heaters had failed.
Victor, we have a problem. The Vickerstown bridge is frozen. The freezing wind is causing the motors to freeze.
You know, Christmas is a time to be together, right? Everyone's happy. Everyone's in love. And that's beautiful this time of year. Well, leave it to me to insult my only friend to his face, and then he hates me now, and on the way home to forgive him, the only entrance bridge freezes, this stupid, rusty, worn-out, cardboard sale, good-for-nothing drawbridge!
I thought you wanted our help.
Maybe so. But I'm at my fucking breaking point! I don't care if I had to swim or fly, if I had to sell my soul to the ghost train himself. I'm going to get home to Kevin!
Victor, you better relax before you pop a piston.
Maldita sea, porque aguanto idiotas como ustedes dos! ¡Mierda de rata! ¡Mierda de murciélago! ¡Viejo idiota! ¡69 pendejos atados en un nudo! ¡Mierda!
Hey! Put that bloomin' light out, whirly bird!
Bulstrode! Wait, my friend.
What do you want? I was on my way to Brendan for a last-minute Christmas post delivery.
You just might be my little Christmas angel. The bridge is frozen, and I really need to get home. Kevin is left by himself, and it's my own fault.
I suppose so. Just get on. Wait, how are you gonna do that without hurting yourself?
You two must be crazy if you think I can lift Victor.
A la madre. Steady. Steady now. Steady!
Keep it together, you. I don't want you
Steady!
falling into the sea.
I'm good. I'm good. Gracias, Harold. Gracias, Flynn. A la madre de mi corazón.
Not a problem, old chap. Now you can get on home.
Now, how am I supposed to get across?
The day had turned to night as Kevin hurried down the snow-covered road on his way to Croven's Gate. The road followed along the main line tracks in the same direction, so Kevin wouldn't get lost. It was a clear night as the stars twinkled above, but the north wind made the journey a little more difficult as it blew against Kevin. But he was determined to find the nearest officer that he continued to push forward. The wind changed in several directions, and it picked up light snow from the ground. A strong gale suddenly forced Kevin so far sideways that Alex lost control of the steering. The little crane spun out of control, crashed through a fence, slid down a hill, and landed on his side in a snow mound next to the tracks.
Oh dear! Come on! No! I'm stuck! No! No! Oh! Now I'm really stuck!
Oh, bugger! Now what?
Alex and Kevin looked left and right on the tracks, but saw no sign of life close by. They were still a ways from Croven's Gate, so even with Alex walking, it would take a long time. Just then, a faint light was seen in the distance, getting bigger and brighter as it was coming closer.
Oh, thank goodness! Help is coming!
But the little crane spoke too soon, for as the light came closer, he heard the sound of a diesel engine motor. As the diesel engine came to a stop next to Kevin, the little crane suddenly gasped as he saw who it was among its lamplight. As soon as Alex saw who it was, he ran and hid, just as a hydraulic claw was lowering towards Kevin.
Help! Somebody help me! Ah!
As the claw grabbed hold of Kevin's crane arm, the little crane shut his eyes and prepared for the worst to come. But the claw didn't scrape his paint nor scrunch his arm. It instead jerked him clear from the snow, lifted him up, and lowered him onto the ground, right in front of Diesel 10. Alex quickly jumped into Kevin's cab and started his motor. Kevin frantically kicked up snow from under his wheels as he tried to turn around, till he finally started zooming away along the tracks. But a sudden thought stopped him. He turned around and eyed Diesel 10, who still stared at him silently, not having any interest in chasing him. Curious, Kevin slowly rolled back, but kept a distance away, in case the diesel were to make sudden movements.
You were expecting me to scrap you on the spot, weren't you?
Well, yes. I'm sorry I threw snow in your face.
It's not the first time someone ran away in fear of me.
You were scary to me at first, but now seeing you in front of me, you don't seem as bad as everyone says you are.
What are you doing here at this time of day? You would freeze all night by yourself, let alone at the bottom of a hill.
You'd be stuck in the snow, abandoned, left overnight.
I have these empty trucks from the smelter's yard to return with. If you're up for it, I could take you to the diesel works to warm up.
Sure. Thank you.
Using his claw, Diesel 10 hoisted Kevin and placed him onto the open truck behind him. Then they set off for the Vickerstown Diesel Works. As the train passed under the main sign, Kevin could see strands of lights curled around it. The main sheds also had some decorations and lights, but the main building looked a little gloomy. Diesel 10 parked the train outside the building, uncoupled from it, helped Kevin down from the empty truck, and began leading Kevin to the main building. Kevin was nervous. For the last time he was here, he was forced to be their permanent crane. But remembering how Diesel 10 was kind to help free him from the snow, the little crane took a deep breath and boldly rolled inside. The dimmed lighting made it a little difficult to see, but when Kevin's eyes adjusted, he found the fueling station on his left. He rolled over to it, and Alex helped to insert the pump. As Kevin started to fill up, he noticed Diesel 10 placing a space heater down to warm the two of them. Kevin couldn't help but eye the claw as it rested back on top of Diesel 10's roof.
I know what you're thinking. There's been stories about me hunting down old and worn-out engines and scrapping them. I want you to get it into your tiny mind that none of that is happening anymore.
Really? But you used to be mean. I mean, you stole me and took over the Steamworks.
Yes, I used to do that, but not always. Back when I was first built at Swindon, I had friends in a job of collecting scrap trucks. But when my shedmaster wanted to improve my job, he upgraded me with a scrunching claw. I had to clean up the scrap myself. My old friends were terrified of my new upgrade, that they ran away, like I was a monster. I soon learned that if anyone expected me to be a monster, then that's who they're going to have.
Well, have you ever thought of talking to someone and let them know that you've changed?
If I ever were to, one of those old steam kettles would just run away before I can say one word.
How would you know? You haven't been causing any trouble on Sodor recently. And thinking about it, the stuff you did from the past sounds old news to me now. If engines still believe and see you as a monster, you wouldn't be nice to do the right thing in saving me from that snow mound.
Thanks, young'un. It's been several years since I talked to someone other than a diesel.
And you're not as scary when you do it. It's been a while too, so who knows if someone would want to listen to you instead of running away.
Which reminds me, why on Sodor were you running out on Christmas Eve by yourself? Did you get into trouble that made you want to run away?
What? No, I wasn't running away. But I have caused trouble lately, and I said some things that I shouldn't have. I thought I could have some fun alone. But when I'm alone, it's no fun at all. And I don't care how much if I bug someone or even if they bug me. I'd rather be with someone than alone on Christmas.
Friendship is a complicated thing. But deep down you still care for each other. Even if there are some who are annoying.
Oh my, what's wrong with Philip?
Philip's cooling fan is broken. He was out taking a train when the icy tracks caused him to derail. It was so sudden that it caused damage to the side of his fan. We had placed an order for new diesel parts, and when they arrived that same day, they were stolen. Victor promised us a new cooling fan would arrive, but it didn't. If we don't get the part for Philip right away, then I don't know how long he'd survive this winter.
Kevin suddenly remembered the train Percy had delivered earlier that day. He hoped that the new cooling fan would be there. But then he remembered how the engine crooks had planned to sabotage the Steamworks that very night. Kevin eyed the wall clock, which read 10:30 p.m. It was really late to find an officer and to make a report, even if they were to believe Kevin's story. It was at this very moment a spark ignited in Kevin's motor, which made him feel something he hadn't before.
You can mess with a lot of things, but you can't mess with really useful engines on Christmas!
Leaving Diesel 10 with Philip, Kevin left the Diesel Works building in silence. Then lighting his lamp and with a determined look, the little crane sped his way back to the Sodor Steamworks. He just had to protect Philip's cooling fan, and he felt like putting those crooks in their place. Luckily, the Steamworks wasn't too far from the Diesel Works, and Alex made sure to keep the drive steady on the snowy roads, but they finally reached home. However, the time was now 10:50 p.m. as Alex closed the main entrance doors behind them.
This is my Steamworks! I have to defend it!
Alex took out a blank blueprint and white chalk. Using creativity and mind, both man and machine thought of the perfect plan to catch the two thieves. For the next hour, they worked together to set up the best defense system till by 11:59 p.m. everything was set. And just in time, too, as Herb and Clyde had approached the building straight to the main gates.
This is it. Don't get scared now, Kevin.
Hello there, little crane. We're just two lost engines that need directions.
Yeah, Yanin, open up. We're delivering some presents, and we happen to have them with your name on it.
We're not gonna hurt you, so be a good little fella and open the door.
Neither of the thieves noticed the workman's door open a crack, and a big metal tube peeked out, aiming for Herb first. Alex had constructed a handmade air compressor gun, so as he loaded a huge metal nut into the machine, it shot and hit Herb's boiler, which left a dent.
That little jerk is armed!
That's it! You go around back, I'll go through the other door!
As Clyde rolled to the back of the building, he found the small open entrance. Kevin had hidden himself in a far corner of the building so the crooks wouldn't see him. As the diesel shunter inched closer to the back opening, his front wheels cut through a rope. A suspended oil drum swung from above and bashed hard into Clyde.
Ow!
Herb was finally switched onto the rails facing the front right doors. Meanwhile, the compressor gun was brought back inside, which gave Herb the advantage to approach. As he puffed forwards, the tracks in front of him were incredibly slick. Water had been poured on them, which made the tracks covered in ice.
You scrap little kid! I'm gonna...
Luckily, he wasn't hurt as much, but Herb became very annoyed with what the little crane threw at him. Clyde shoved the oil drum out of the way and pressed on. However, oil from the empty drum had covered the tracks in front. As Clyde rolled forwards, his front wheels skid. The diesel tried to gain control, but his spinning, oily wheels made him continue sliding forward fast, straight into a stacked pile of paint cans. By By now, Herb had gotten used to the icy rails. He calculated the speed he needed in order to get through. Puffing fast, Herb charged along the slick tracks and forced the door open with a bang.
Where are you little creep?
But Herb spoke too soon, for as the door was opened, it triggered yet another trap. A hot pressed iron swung from above and hit against Herb's forehead. As the iron clanked to the floor, it left behind a sizzling black mark on Herb, reading SSW, the logo to the Sodor Steamworks.
Herb? Is that you? Come here, Herb, hold on.
Clyde's eyes were closed from the paint covering his face, so he had difficulty seeing where he was going. As he pushed aside the stack of paint cans, he rolled just above the inspection pit. Kevin was off to the side, waiting for the diesel to reach the center, before he used his hook to switch a lever for the water nozzles. Jets of freezing water sprayed up against Clyde's undercarriage. While Clyde rolled forward and back to avoid the jets, the water sprayed some of the paint off his face so the diesel could see again. However, when the jets slowly ran out of water, Clyde was still a sticky mess, with patches of glowing paint still on him. As Herb regained his senses, he and Clyde eyed each other.
Herb?
Clyde? Why the hell you have glow bugs on you?
Why the hell do you have a stamp on your face?
I'm right here, dum-dums! Had enough pain?
Never!
In hopes of catching Kevin, Clyde charged forwards over some fog detonators. This distracted him, which gave Alex the advantage to drop a large pipe sculpture on the diesel. Clyde couldn't tell at first, but he thought a giant spider landed on him.
Clyde! Stop whining! It's just... You better do better than this, twerp!
Not noticing what was in front of him, Herb charged at Kevin onto the turntable, biffing a bucket of water hard. The water sloshed on the turntable controls and began to short circuit. Kevin casually rolled past the two crooks to the exit and waited for the end result. Only one last trick to make this a grand capture. Clyde finally shook the fake spider off him and the turntable circuits popped off, causing the turntable to finally stop. Herb's eyes were spinning and Clyde was breathing hard.
Hey, tin cans! Better come and get me before I call the police!
As Kevin rolled outside, he activated the old calliope with his hook. Loud and clear, the music made a tune like that of a police siren.
It's the cops! Run! Hide!
You clod! It's another trick!
The jig was up. Kevin's only chance was to buy some time with the crooks before the police arrived. His wheels kicked up snow as he turned and made a run for the left side of the building. However, Kevin didn't have his light on, so neither he nor Alex noticed a large snow mound around the bend. The little crane sped over it, which catapulted him several feet off the ground. Coming back down, Kevin hit a patch of ice and fell in a pile of snow on his side.
Oh no! No!
Too late. Herb and Clyde caught up with the crane on either side of him, smirking down.
My, how the tables have turned.
How do you like the snow, you little klutz?
What are we going to do with him, Herb?
We'll do exactly what he did to us. I'm gonna burn his dome with an iron.
And smash his front with an oil drum?
Make him spin on the turntable to his fluid spill.
Or blind him with paint.
No. The first thing we're gonna do is rip that stupid hook off his arm. Huh?
Diesel 10!
You didn't think I'd let you fend for yourself, did you?
Within minutes, the officials had finally arrived. Due to Diesel 10 knocking the two crooks off the rails, their drivers were injured and couldn't escape the cabs. They were soon apprehended, and the engines were sandwiched in between Ari and Bert.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say you are the same crooks who stole those diesel parts from the diesel works. Where did you hide them?
They are unsighted by the big bridge. Please don't hurt me.
Clyde, you clod! Don't you know you have the right to remain silent?
I think we've heard enough of you two.
Herb stared hard at Kevin. This little crane messed up their one shot at getting all the loot they could ever want to be the richest engines in the world. Kevin gave a smirk and waved his crane arm for a goodbye as the train left the Steamworks for the mainland.
Officers, I'll gladly retrieve the missing train those thieves mentioned. Some of those rightly belong to the diesel works, but I'll hand the rest over to you as well.
Oh, hold up, Diesel 10! You should bring this to Philip. He needs this more.
Diesel 10's eyes widened as he realized that this was the cooling fan Victor had ordered.
Thanks, youngin'.
Feeling exhausted from the adventure, Kevin rolled back inside the main building and Alex closed the doors, satisfied that they were finally safe. As Alex headed for home, Kevin tried getting some sleep, but it wasn't the excitement that kept him awake, for there was still one engine missing in the building. As Bulstrode continued his journey around the island to Brendam Docks, Victor was anxious about Kevin's safety, but also about their friendship. He worried if Kevin was still upset and wouldn't forgive him from their fight. When the silver dawn finally peaked on the eastern horizon, Victor jolted awake to the sound of Bulstrode's horn as the barge finally arrived at Brendam Docks, where fully steamed porter was waiting with a flatbed. Back at the Steamworks, a light snow was falling. Kevin woke up to realize that it's Christmas Day. However, with Alex gone to celebrate with his family, and with Victor especially not around, it made Kevin leak tears. He felt a terrible pain in his motor as he thought he truly wouldn't see Victor ever again. He didn't want to admit it, but without Victor's orders and guidance, the little crane felt lost. He eyed a window, seeing the morning sunrise spreading across the snow.
I know I don't deserve a Christmas, even if I did a good deed in helping the Diesels. I instead want to take back every mean thing I said to Victor. Even if he doesn't do the same. If I could just, once and only for a few minutes, see Victor again. I need to tell him. I'm so sorry.
Just then, Kevin heard distant puffing from outside the building. At first he thought one of the standard gauge engines had come to visit him, but then he heard an all-familiar whistle. The main doors opened, and out of breath, puffed in Victor.
Kevin!
Victor!
I'm sorry too.
As Victor looked past Kevin, he suddenly noticed the leftover mess from the traps Kevin forgot to clean.
Kevin?
Oh, that? No. That wasn't me. Well, yeah, okay, it was me, but it was to help capture some troublesome thieves that were gonna break into the Steamworks to steal these new engine parts.
You took them on by yourself?
Someone was desperate for a diesel part, and I had to protect it.
At first, Victor was shocked that this little crane was up against two dangerous criminals without him. But seeing how Kevin had matured by defending an item for a friend, it changed Victor's mind.
Looking after a fellow engine is very important, especially around Christmas. I'm proud of you, Kevin.
Merry Christmas, Victor.
Merry Christmas, Kevin.
The following day after Christmas, the workmen returned to the Steamworks, grumbling to themselves as they began cleaning up the mess. They couldn't figure out why it was left in such a state, as Victor and Kevin kept the secret among themselves. As the day drew to a close, Kevin asked Victor for one small request. At the Diesel Works, business was as usual. Dieselton was tidying up the main building by taking down the Christmas decorations with his claw. Coming in unexpectedly were Victor and Kevin.
Merry Christmas, Dieselton!
Merry Christmas to you too, but you're a day late.
As the three laughed, a small diesel rolled out from Dieselton's berth.
Kevin! Merry Christmas!
Easy there, young'un. Don't get too excited. You need a 2 days recovery before you can head out again.
Kevin smiled big. The cooling fan installment was a success, as Philip was on his wheels again and feeling as cheerful as he was before.
I'm so glad to see that Philip is all right.
Thanks for returning the cooling fan, Kevin. If you wouldn't have kept it safe from those crooks, I don't know what would have...
Why are you so sad, Dieselton? I'm getting better every day.
Yes, Kevin told me all about it. I came along with him to give my thanks and my sincerest respect to you, Dieselton.
Why?
If you hadn't saved Kevin from those crooks, well, from one mentor to another, we are both even. From looking after our youngest family member. You are welcome to come visit the Steamworks anytime.
Do you think the other engines will give their respect to you too?
Only time will tell, young'un. But thanks for opening the gate for me.
You're welcome, friend.
Kevin and Victor smiled at each other. Christmas could be messy and hectic sometimes, but it's no excuse to spend it alone.